Um, we still have some issues to touch on. One has to do with the MPP and the NDC. MPP Council of right. I mean, they met the other, but the NDC. There are two things. The NDC former president met the CSOs yesterday, and there's also the issue of the general secretary. But I mean, we want to make a point. We have some few minutes, so we can use that one.
Yes, NDC, NDC.
No, but we'll come back and deal with these ones.
I'm getting a headache.
Okay, with the NDC MPP.
Yes. You know, let me just give.
You are part of the party,
let me send my condolences.
Okay.
To the family of Dr. Kwesi Botchwey.
Yeah.
You know, Dr. Kwesi Botchwey, and give me 3 minutes.
Okay, so
Nkrumah has been vindicated.
Indeed. Well, so you wanted to touch on.
He saw it then and realized that if I don't change it, this is what will happen. We are seeing it.
You know, Dr. Kwesi Botchwey.
Yes.
There's something he did that I want to really appreciate. You know, from the days of Nkrumah, if you take our economic management as a country, we're always torn between what we expected to be the control price, the official price, the government price, and the market prices. It has been an issue that has grappled, all governments have grappled with. One of the problems Kwame Nkrumah had was that Ghanaians haven't enjoyed very stable prices for a very long time. From 65 going to 66, prices were just changing, and it caused a lot of political upheaval. You know, that added to his problems and ended up where it was. Buzia came and started to promote a free market system, which was quite contrary to what Ghanaians had been used to under Nkrumah, which was also not too palatable. Then Achampong came. He went and maintained strict control prices. The soldiers were there to make sure that the prices were maintained. You know, it didn't work. In the end, there was free market. We called it Kalabule, we called it whatever we liked. But that was what also created problems for Achampong and SMC government. Hila Liman came. Liman came and said, look here, the best way is to have a free market system where prices will find their own levels and will promote certain areas. You know, even our foreign policy, you know, members of the People's National Party, his party, especially the youth wing, rose up against the president at the time. How? It's a betrayal of the Nkrumahist philosophy. My brother is here. You can tell you. So then Rawlings comes and overthrows Liman. Comes and insists that we should have control prices. Soldiers should be in the market to control prices. It didn't work. We then back to free market prices. Something that Rawlings had stood on as grounds and basis to overthrow Dr. Hila Liman. Now, Dr. Kwesi Botchwey, then as Minister for Finance, in his engagement with the people of Ghana, in his regular interviews on television, GTV, Ghana television in those days, was able to convince Ghanaians to go along with him that this was the way to go in running our economy. So Ghanaians, for the very first time, really embraced free market and saw that even through free market, prices began to come down. There was competition, there was, business sped, and things went up. And he eventually, taking over the government, the Ministry of Finance, at the time when everything was regular, even when we decided to liberalize the exchange rate, it was hell. We had two windows, window one, window two. One exchange rate for certain issues, another exchange. But Kwesi Botchwey managed it He was the one who was managing the situation and eventually was successful. That is how come a lot of people have a lot of respect and appreciation for what he did.
I see.
He was a good manager of the economic situation at the time. He was able to get the people along, even when the government was implementing policies that were not so popular at the time. He was able to convince the people as against the policy and attitude of other aspects of the government who thought that by brute force and by, the people will have to accept. He rather used dialogue and that kind of thing too. So I think that is one credit that we must give Dr. Kwesi Botchwey, and I want to once again give